Wait, are you a narcissist? Hold on. Am I a narcissist? Are they a narcissist? Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. This is probably video number 3, 4, 2, who knows. But this is fun. I've been recording these. I'm having a great time and I appreciate the support. Today's topic is narcissism. I feel as though these past couple of years it's been like a trendy term. Narcissism, gaslighting. People love to just throw that word around, especially in relationships, just labeling or diagnosing either the people around them to try to justify said behavior, or win an argument, so to speak. But let's start with the definition of it. Typically, the definition of narcissism is the excessive admiration. So it is the excessive admiration of oneself. So self-love. I mean, there's levels to this, of course. And at the end of the day, it's all about perspective. But when it comes down to the bottom of what narcissism is, it's deeper than that. Because if that's just the basic definition of it, then we all are narcissists to a certain degree, right? But there's different variables that are definitely important to consider when it comes to understanding narcissism and narcissist. So the purpose of this video is, first of all, I can relate to this topic. I was raised by a narcissist parent figure, and there were moments in my life where I questioned whether or not I was a narcissist because of past relationships, that term being thrown around, saying, you know, I was either gaslighting or I had narcissistic behaviors, or maybe that I was a narcissist, period. And the first thing to kind of calm your mind, because you stumbled upon this video for whatever reason, if you're questioning whether or not you're a narcissist, the fact that you're questioning it, let that be a reason why you aren't one. Narcissists never take accountability for their actions. It's almost impossible, which means self-reflection is something that they are incapable of. So if you're sitting over here reflecting on your behaviors and things that people have said about you and wondering whether or not you're a narcissists would even get to that level of trying to figure that out. So the fact that you're trying to self-improve and you're on this beautiful journey, let me be the first, if you haven't heard it before, to say that I'm proud of you. So let's get into more of these levels of what narcissists consist of and what it entails. Oftentimes, it is always talked about how they lack empathy. They can't relate to people around them. It's all about them. The world revolves around them. So it's me, 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 me. You know, what can I do? How can I benefit? How can I get leverage? How can I take something from said circumstance or said person to feed whatever my need is? Because ultimately, how the narcissist even came about is just a kid that just wasn't held, essentially, as a child. The parents neglected them, and they developed these coping mechanisms at a very, very young age where they self-soothed. So the crying and crying and crying, and no one went to give them what they wanted, they ended up giving it to themselves. And in the adulthood, that's basically manifested into the bigger scale version of that, which is they don't need anything from anybody else. They can give it to themselves. So any relationship, friendship, just interaction in general, it's more so how can they protect and take care of themselves at the expense of anybody around them. So that's where the lack of empathy comes in, as well as not taking accountability for their actions. Other people, other things are the reason why something goes wrong in their life. They never look in the mirror. So then again, let me just give you a friendly reminder. If you stumbled upon this video and you're questioning these thoughts about yourself, let me be the one to give you a peace of mind. You aren't a narcissist. I've been in your shoes before, sitting over here asking myself, going through therapy, And trust me, it was scary to think that you might have had this trendy disease that people love tossing around. But the reality of the circumstances, a lot of the times in this society that we live in, people throw around terms that they barely even know the definition of themselves. So take that with a grain of salt when people try to point fingers and tell you that you're gaslighting or you're a narcissist or any of these toxic, trendy behaviors. A lot of the times, that's not the reality of the circumstances. Oftentimes, maybe you're just in a darker season, going through a tough time, in a rough season, and you aren't your best self. That doesn't necessarily mean that's who you are. You're just in that phase, in that chapter that you will inevitably make it through. I believe in you. And the fact that you're here again, I'm going to say, you should believe in yourself. Because it means nothing what I say if you don't see it first. So that's my 2 cents on the topic of narcissism with a little hint of gaslighting. If you liked what I've shared so far, then I would honestly appreciate you to like, subscribe, and tell me what was your favorite part or personal life experience with narcissists or being called one in your battle with it. Because let me tell you, you're not alone. I know what it feels like. And I am launching this community of like-minded men seeking positive change. And I would love to have you a part of it, only if you feel as though you would benefit by being a part of it. If you want more questions, more insight about what's to come, schedule your Zoom call with me below. And I would love to tell you more about it. But first, I would love to hear about your journey, your challenges, and your story. And again, peace from Dees.